humans, humankind, and everything what is human natured, the only enemy of humankind is the animal race, is the animal nature. That's the only enemy that is naturally. That should be taught or shared with young people. Secondly, so firstly, what should be shared is everything about pH balances when it comes to potential hydrogen sustaining abilities, and there are levels of it, there are degrees. Humans are striving, humans are living, humans are nourishing, flourishing, cherishing each other and everything what is human natured above 7. As further they go above 7, as better they do what humans meant to do, which is to sustain human nature. That's what it is for. The purpose of humans is to sustain human nature. Number 1. Now, the problem for everything what is human natured is that every other races, types, are programmed in the same way. Types of living or existing things and beings. Those which are not human nature friendly, those are disgusting, and they should be, and they cannot help it. Something what is the peak, what is the top, what is number 1, something or anything for these guys. Let's say this is the animal race. Okay? After that there are the objects. Now, you don't want to objectify animal race because you wouldn't make sense. But if someone is nature infected, let's say animal nature infected or object nature infected, they would objectify other beings or things, because the way they look at them is that the way they look at them is that the way they are. The viewer can only look at you in the way the viewer is. Some people see that. Some people or beings, they align with that, or aligning with that. The good ones are for better, and the other ones are obviously not for any better. So what I'm trying to say is, nature in the universe got a nature. The entire universe got one nature. And that nature, of course, expands and explains itself better and better and better. It's simple. The universe got one law. One law. Okay, number 1, just one law. I don't know how many ways you want me to put it for you. There's just one law in the entire universe, which in this essence, to protect the universe, to sustain the universe, to make sure that other universes or other universal beings questioning this one, they will be like, oh, this is a nice universe. Anyhow, what I'm trying to say is there is a law in the universe. It is to sustain itself. Sustaining means, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing great. I'm gonna go ask the tree, gonna go ask the objects, gonna go ask the living beings first of all, of course. Living, not existing, living beings. Those are the humans, humanoids, pH balance above 7. In this case, 7 means heaven. Humans could be it is expandable to as high as you can, you can imagine, in a good way. And when it comes to the acidically fueled and existing formations, as is, that's the animal race. It's a different story. It's the opposite story. Right? Opposite stories. But yet, of course, they propel each other, they help each other. This way, that way, could be more leveled up, whatever, vertically, horizontally. That's not the case. But what I'm trying to say is, there is a natural order in the universe. Okay? A zone. Central sun of the universe. Very similar to the brain in a way, and you are projecting it to 4 or 3 or 5 or 7, 6 or 8, even higher dimensions. The pollutions as is today are after this area here. So you got your technically the center of the brain, and that one is interconnected to the entire network of your biological system. So it is a gateway. It is a stargate, like the suns are stargates. Your consciousness, the ability to have a consciousness as a human, is also a stargate. Now, the way you're having it, the way you are capable of sustaining that, they need to be alkaline as well as alkaline. Alkalizing natured, that's the basic. So it could be acidic but alkalizing, so alkalizing natured, or could be alkaline as well as alkalizing natured. So there are effects and reactions and interactions and so on, energetically, physically, as well as psychologically, in the entire universe, non-stop. Now, humans capable of remaining humans if they are led to, in this case. And anything else which is not originally human natured, so the internal fuels. The internal fuel of the human biological system is the blood. Obviously it's electric because the pH balance is above 7. It's 7.365. 7 heaven, 365 every day. Now, the animals do not have that. That's why they are animals. Their fuels are acidic. Their blood. Some of them are different color too. Depends on where you're looking at. The animal race is huge. Okay. So, A zone of the universe. Orion star system, that's where we belong to. Neptune as well as Earth is naturally from Orion. And then there are rings. That's all A zone, Orion belt, Orion star system. And then, so there is the B zone. Okay. That's where the animals are from. It's another ring, and there is in between, of course, because the entire thing is like a big spiral neighborhood. intergalactic and universal neighborhood if you're looking at our universe, or intergalactical how about I love this word. So that's what it comes down to. So pH balance, number one, lesson number one, pH balance. pH balances of anything, everything has a pH balance. Anything around us, inside as well as outside or around us, everywhere got a pH balance as a whole. That means it would be like from one which is very acidic all the way up to eternal numbers. That's it. Let's put it that way. There are forces in the universe that are only filled with energy, with the life force energy of the, perhaps in our cases, the sunlight energy representing that. In one of the best cases, through one of the best environments, of course, only. But the suns, through the suns, they are stargates. Just like every planet which got a core is also a stargate too. To these stargates being and happenings going through. And things and also beings which are aligning with this target will remain. The rest will carry on, pass on as a soul being. What can we do? But in between, what is very important to remember is to remain human, is to remain a Heaven's United Magical Angel for humans. You can only do it with the ones, for the ones, together. You're doing it, you're having it. Who got those soulful spiritual abilities. We gotta make sure that, number two purpose of humans is to sustain. Human nature is practically the same as number one, but now we are going into now we are explaining the process. It isn't just happens overnight. Oh, I born human, I remain human. You're living on a stargate, or through stargates and so on. So, the lights of light beings passing through and happening to remain depending on the environmental conditions. Hey, if they have the environmental conditions, they will say, hey, I'm gonna stop here as a soul, and then apparently, it's gonna be either a very good, hopefully a very good character, or who knows. Everything is possible. Easter is a holiday. Was a holiday. That's why. That's what is really what is relating to what I just mentioned, because Easter is in many cultures mean a little bit different something, or differently the same thing. So it's about things are getting alive, becoming alive. In many cases they are resurrecting, in many cases they are just regenerating, just continuing in that timeline as well as lifeline what they were before. The religions are also all about the same thing. In many cases, things, beings, hopefully humans as well, mostly too, they are getting resurrected, regenerated. We pass on, after purification, we pass on, and everything, life goes on. That's the best way to put it. I love you. In Hungarian they say szeretlek. Boldog húsvéti ünnepeket azt is jelenti, hogy a hús az vét, az ártani fog. Ilyenkor ilyen elektromagnetikailag ilyenkor most olyan időzónában vagyunk, hogy ilyenkor ártani fog a hús. Ha valaki eszi, azért van az, hogy húsvét. Na mindegy. So, back to English. Eastern in Hungarian also means that meat will harm you during those periods of time, and this celebration comes along, we call húsvét, or Eastern. It's weird because egg is technically already anyhow, imagine that, imagine some, oh my goodness. Anyhow, let's not get back to biology too much, to biological facts, what happens when someone eats an egg or does something with someone else's egg. Like imagine all the women around the world got eggs, even men got eggs in a way. There are cells, they could be called eggs, and we produce them too with hormones and whatnot. So what I'm trying to say is stick with plants. Plants are great to consume. Besides air, we consume more air than we consume anything else. Normally humans, we consume more air than anything else. Air is mostly nitrogen, I think, and there is only some oxygen and more hydrogen, I think. And look it up. Depends on where you are, I think. Also, like right now I'm at a very nice place. I really love it over here. It's very nice and green. Probably the air is full of chlorophyll. Everything is blooming. Everything is green. I will go do some more gardening. I wish everyone a very, very safe season, also life, everlasting perhaps, everyone. Humans capable of doing it naturally because we naturally got electricity in our blood, like carrying it, without actually causing any harm to our system, or the system which is humane. But the animal does not have the ability. Okay, the internal fluids are not alkaline. There is pollutions involved in the DNA. Yes, they are pollutions themselves, energized, but because they're not alkaline, that's why. Imagine an acidic battery with an alkaline battery. So two different, completely different. So. I mean, doesn't really matter which side you pick right now. I'm just saying they are opposite, right? In many ways. So, natural enemy number one: animal race. They cannot help it, and there is no way you will able to happen without getting harmed. Like acidifying effects getting to you through them. There's no way you are able to get in contact with them to do it. So, because imagine two different channels, two different electromagnetic levels. In this case, heaven, earth in between. Humans belonging to heaven. Okay, I think that was a good example. No, there are no humans in hell. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. Hybrid, yes, but no humans. And the only way you or anyone would able to become a hybrid is by mixing with them, the animal race. But we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about human reality in the better cases, as well as how to sustain it over here in between heaven and that's heaven, and then That's where humans are belonging to, as a state of mind, heavenly state of mind, heavenly state of nature, so on, so on, and then there is in between, what we are sharing, and then this, the underworld. Let's say that's the underworld here. So, all I can say is, let's focus on, instead of competing, the opposite, which is cooperating. Instead of having competition, have a cooperation. Let's say, okay, what do you love doing? Oh, really? Okay, then let's say, who needs that? Who needs that type of support? Let's say there is a website. Let's say there's a community. You can advertise, etc. Let's say just people happen to get to know about each other before they actually meet up. Why not? The technology exists, the culture is existing for it. Some people back in the day, they go to the pub. After an hour, everybody knew who he is. What now happens? Everything what was suitable for the person was happened to be around the person. Easy. I'm just I'm just thinking of like a medieval, since medieval times, culture like good culture like example. So yeah, it's very gorgeous around here. Let's take a look around. And then now I'm going in the garden and do some gardening. God, the gardening is amazing. I mean, today, of course, you know, this is a very busy universe. So, we are in the universe. The universe goes through the planet. Planet goes through the universe. It's a mutual relationship. Anyhow, so what happened is, with my first bedding in the garden, an animal came by, a big animal, walked through the garden, right after seeding. I did the necessary protection around the garden, nothing happened afterward. This case, I was kind of experimenting, so we have a very big bedding, besides the pioneer bedding, which has the main 4 foods, what I could think of to produce. Then of course, a lot of things around it, and you need to, which is other things everybody may like, depending on the season where they will be blooming or producing. The main foods are onions, potatoes, tomatoes, carrots, and a lot of things in between. That's the pioneer. That's like a small garden. And then now we have like a big garden, which is divided by 3 sections, because you already have 1 already. So altogether we will have 4. And then if we will divide 12 months into 4, we will have, hopefully we will have something always in the garden for us to live on. We got lots of cares in the Pioneer Garden. The Pioneer Garden is a garden which is technically showing how for this, the whatever belongs to this project over here, like we have food all year round. In this case, everything is alike. There will be little bit differences, but everything will be alike. Like the Pioneer has lavender seeds around it, all around it. That just to get rid of the bugs. And like the ones, they are not good for human food. And excuse me. So what I'm trying to say is also a couple of avocado trees, because apparently somebody threw avocado seeds into the compost. Then they started to sprout. I'm like, okay, let's plant it. And then there are some apple trees. That's all into a very small Pioneer bedding. Now this Pioneer bedding will be projected to big bedding. This big bedding is divided by 3, like I mentioned. So altogether we have 4 beddings. So if every 2 months, if we got something from the kitchen, scraps, or from the stores like seeds, if you put it in there, and then then we will have food all year round. Easy peasy, because they grow around 3 to 4 months. That's when you have actual produce. So what happened is, with the new bedding, the new big bedding, is something went through it again. I didn't actually lift. I got like a big green mesh on it, but I didn't lift it. I just let it lay down. I'm like, they probably would have the perception ability to see, okay, there is something in there or down. They're not gonna step on it. No, but it was a much younger animal. According to the pod, they look like deers and whatnot. One of those guys, and this looks like a younger one. This is a tradition. This is a mashup tradition. If you see a bedding, if you see a human planting something, and if you just got to see that, let's go like walk through him. Why not? Let's go. Make sure we got up. In their cases, they pause or whatever. What they are not there. Feet and foot and whatnot. Footprints and handprints. Anyhow, so now I gotta lift the net up. I gotta anchor the net all across. I'm gonna show you the bedding later on. It's amazing. So what can I say? I'm learning. I thought they would have the perception ability. I know that they can see that there is a plastic mesh, a bright green plastic mesh, and a yellow what do you call, rope in between. There's a huge bedding, okay? They saw it. So that's what I'm trying to say. Animal race. Humans, if humans will learn how to properly get around and help the animal race to, like, these are plant eaters. Oh, there are many animals, they eat anything, or they are predators, or they eat garbage, literally. Imagine their natures. Now, if humans could learn how to get around the harms what the misperception abilities may cause. The vision is different, the smelling abilities are different, the hearing abilities are different, everything. Humans are, remember, top of the line. And that's not a joke. If you keep your neurological system clean, your blood clean, your gut clean, your mind clean, your brain clean, your mind clean, you will see This is Earth is a human planet, a human heaven. What can we do? I say 7 Up. I got a nice 7 Up, zero sugar. Okay, mahalo for watching. All the best.